Hi friendos, Meg here, and welcome to another exciting episode of Let's Make a Mashable, where I make a Mashable based off of whatever the random animal generator that I've found on the internet makes me make. Is it going to be an abomination? Yes. Is it going to have a thought between its eyes? Not likely. Is it going to make me question my job and why am I ever doing this, and am I going to hit a wall where I go, why on earth have I decided to do this when something in AI could make something maybe somewhat similar and within 30 seconds? Why am I doing this? Maybe, but that'll just be internal. But are we going to have fun? Are we going to learn about the two animals that are going to be in the Mashable? Absolutely. Without further ado, let's make a Mashable. Alright, so for today's Let's Make a Mashable, I have found randomlists.com/random-animals. Not sponsored. But if you just Google random animal generator, you can find a bunch of these. I like to use this one. It has a lot of random animals on there, so it's doing its job. This isn't going to be the combo for the Mashable that I make, but I'm going to count down from 5, and whatever it lands on, Meg, you have to commit to it. I also really like that marmoset. It is a chunky little monkey. So let's see. All right, starting from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. A hedgehorse, a horse hog. Oh, geez. You know what? I do not have the best luck with hedgehogs. They're so cute. They're very cute animals. When I draw them, I make nightmare fuels that should never exist, ever see the light of day. Why I was given the right to continue on as an artist after making some of the Mashables that have hedgehogs in them is beyond me. Snedgy, I'm looking at you. I think that you should be positive with your art, and you shouldn't be negative, and you shouldn't talk bad about your art. But I say that we are allowed, as artists, one thing that we just hate, without any explanation. Honestly, I don't feel like I need an explanation, but the Snedgy? Not a fan. So let's figure out a hedgehorse, shall we? All right, so time to look through some reference photos because as an artist, I prefer to get reference materials. So this is going to be just not okay. Not only do horses have very specific and very beautiful anatomy, hedgehogs do not. Yep, we need a bucking hedgehorse, horse hog. They're so cute. There we go. Look at that grumpy little thing. Beautiful. Perfect. It's a good, This is gonna be so bad. The real question is do I give the horse hog hooves or hedgehog feet? This is gonna be so stupid! Now that we've gathered our wonderful, delightful, chaotic little references from the internet, I am going to try to figure out the different elements that make these creatures specific. So like a horse. To me, their very long muscular legs, their hooves, their mane, and their long face. And hedgehogs, I think they have like these very kind of specific little snout. Also, obviously the spikes and the little round ears and just the rotundness of them. So essentially just complete polar opposite creatures that I'm going to be mashing. Okay, I got this. Okay, all right. Inspo dance. I definitely want it to be bucking. I've already really liked that idea. What does the bean look like bucking? So we've got a bean. This is gonna look so stupid. This one's leg is here and then here. Oh, good golly. This is the point where you will want to fight yourself and say, I want to make this perfect right away. First of all, and most importantly, a hedge horse is never going to be perfect. Ever. So throw that out the window. You know what? I need to flip this. There it is. Perfect. Okay. There was the bean. But anyway, it's never going to be perfect. And so instead of focusing on perfection, focus on just shape. Focus on overall feel of chaos. The little featsers. I hate this. Okay, so hedgehogs don't have tails. His little face. I want to keep this bean body as much as possible. Oh, God, it's so... Oh, geez. Okay, all right. We keep the hedgehog ears, absolutely. I think we keep the hedgehog nose. My eyes are here. To anyone who likes horses and or hedgehogs, I'm sorry. Okay, so a spiky mane and a little spiky butt. Its little mouth needs to just do this. I despise this creature already. Let's take a quick moment and learn a little bit about a hedgehog. They are night owls who don't like heat. Same. Hedgehogs spend most of their life asleep, hibernating through the winter months of November and mid-March in a nest made of fallen leaves and sheltered spot. They emerge in spring, but they typically spend the day sleeping. Dude, hedgehogs, man, they are my jam. Hedgehogs are lactose intolerant. It was once believed that hedgehogs stole milk straight from cows' udders, which may have been why people so commonly leave milk out for them, but they are actually lactose intolerant. So if you want to feed your local neighborhood hedgehog wet cat food or hedgehog food, wet cat food or food that's named after the animal. Okay, so 2 for 2. Hedgehogs sleep all the time, they don't like the heat, and they're lactose intolerant. I'm a hedgehog. I'm doing so well. Horse anatomy is so hard. The fact that I'm choosing the horse part, I could make this into more of a beautiful, cute little creature. But what do? I'm going for the hard stuff. Why? I like to make my life harder than it needs to be. Were you a horse girl when you were in high school? No, I was a horse hog. What does that mean? If you don't know, you just don't know. Do I want his little foot up here? Well, no, now it looks like he's doing the Thriller. This horse hog is lactose intolerant, but it still eats queso dip whenever it goes out because it has really bad self-control, and it says to itself in the car, in the parking lot, at the Mexican restaurant, you're not going to do it. You are a strong, independent horse hog, and you're not going to be able to be wooed by the queso dip this time. And then you get there, and it blacks out as soon as the waiter comes, and next thing you know, it's elbow deep in delicious, yes, jalapeno added queso dip. I'm a hedgehog, but it's fine. I really don't like that it has like long horse legs. How does this run? Is this what it looks like? I don't want it to have a horse tail. I want it to just be this little butt. What is wrong with me? So let's learn a little bit about horses, shall we? I just learned something. Did you know that a horse can't breathe through its mouth? What? So the upper respiratory tract begins at the horse's nose and runs down the back of the throat to the trachea and then the lungs. The soft palate separates the nasal cavities from the oral cavities. This makes horses obligate nasal breathers. What? So the epiglottis sits at the top of the soft palate and blocks their airflow from the mouth of the trachea and lungs. Their nose holes and their mouth holes are not connected, and there's a little fleshy flap that stops the air from coming in from the mouth into the lungs, so it has to breathe through the nose. What happens if they get a stuffy nose? Amazing. The more you know. So that's a fun fact about horses. That is crazy. Another fun fact is horses have a 360-degree ability to see, which I don't understand. To me, that kind of feels like a horse is just a Tesla, where it just has like the 360 camera view. Like, what? Okay, we're gonna just do a quick flippy flop just to make sure that we're as majestic on the left side as we are on the right. All right, let's start line work. He's beautiful. So is this horse size or hedgehog size? The question we must ask every time we make a Mashable. What size is this creature? Because I don't want to know. I definitely don't want to know. Okie dokie are the chockies. All right, so I have a tangent line over here. So see how like all three of these lines, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, they're all kind of like converging really weirdly. So it's hard to tell like who's crossing who because that's the back leg. So just to cheat a little bit, I'm going to put it here just so there's a little definition. And also technically this leg would come like this just to give it a little separation from those connecting lines. There's a little art tip for you. You know what? I really want this to be a mount for like a tiny little sprite. Like the little creatures that live in mushrooms also ride their hedge horses. That makes me really happy. I don't think they ride them into battle because I don't think this creature would be able to withstand that. I think it would get very nervous and just would rather sleep. So this is more of like a, let's just hop on the hedge horse for a night on the town. So now we've done line work. Okay, so another fun fact that I learned about hedgehogs during our break was that they're carnivores. So this is a carnivore. Imagine this hunting. Again, have we answered the question, is it horse size or is it hedgehog size? Because if it's hedgehog size, then unless you're like a caterpillar, but if it's horse size and you hear the galloping, looming, predatory cacophony of hooves coming towards you, I think this needs to be hedgehog size. Let's color it in. Okay, so luckily horses and hedgehogs are, kind of the same color. Boom! Look at that. Done. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Are their ears pink? I want this one's ears to be pink. Why? Because I can. Because I'm Meg's Mashables. We've determined that this is a very sleepy, lactose intolerant, meat-eating, size of a hedgehog creature. I say it's nocturnal, so imagine at night you just hear tiny little clippity clops and the faint muffled screams of a moth. We're gonna add a little bit of depth and different colors. Okay. And just like that, we have some fun dynamic colors. I want to change this background a little bit. I want to give it like a majestic sky color because I believe that there is like a sunset behind this thing. Now I have kind of like a light source that I've created for myself. So then I can cheat a little bit, go into the lighter color over meow, make that a little lower, and then I can pull from this color. So when I make highlights, it matches the color that's behind our little carnivorous, nocturnal, hibernating, lactose intolerant hedgehog horse. I love this creature so much, you see. I don't care if it eats you. I don't care if it eats me. Because at the end of the day, it's just so cute that I couldn't even argue, no, not a single dispute, that the hedge horse is the cutest carnivorous creature I've ever met. And I'd let it take a bite of my golly. Okay, same thing with the background color. Because I have my background color already, I can kind of use that to cheat a little bit of what color I want for my shadows. So it's like a blue. So we ride at dawn. Grab the hedge horses. Now do they neigh? Or do they... Wait, what sound does a hedgehog make? I say this almost every time. This is easily one of the most terrifying creatures I've ever made. But the lore is the thing that gets me. These things eat meat. And if it's the size of a horse, we're on the menu. And I still haven't verified whether or not I want this to be the size of a horse or a hedgehog. I'm crying. Oh my God. All right, before I give it some life, let's get one more hedgehog fact, shall we? Hedgehogs are good runners, proficient climbers, and can even swim. So you better not shout, you better not cry, you better not pout, I'm telling you why a hedge horse is gonna eat you. Like, you can't escape this thing. This is not cute, this is terrifying. All right, well, without further ado, let's give it some soul peepers, shall we? All right, folks, we did it. We have made a hedge horse. We have learned a few things from the hedge horse. The hedge horse is nocturnal. It also hibernates. There's a difference between hibernating and just sleeping long periods of time. Hibernation is actually when they lower their heart rate and they're metabolic, and it was saying that they are hibernators. So between November and mid-March, luckily these menaces to society are not going to bother us. But in the spring and summertime, you better watch out. Keep your outdoor cats inside because this thing is a carnivorous creature that is very good at climbing. I don't know how. It has hooves, but mountain goats are good at climbing, and look at those things. So this thing can climb, it's proficient at swimming, and it's very good at running. So unless you can fly, you can't escape this. And you know what? Just because this thing has caused so much chaos, I still need this to be hedgehog size. Because one, too many abomination points already. Two, I really like the idea of tiny little, like, mushroom people riding one of these. So that's gonna be in my headcanon. And it can't breathe through its mouth. So if you hear galloping or heavy breathing through the nose, specifically, you know that your time is running short because you are in the sights of a hedgehorse. Let's wrap this up, shall we? So that was something. I had to bring the bumblecorn down and cuddle it because the hedgehorse made me nervous. So I had to pet a cute horse-like creature to remind me that not all Mashables have that capacity of terror. We definitely learned some things. So that was a journey. So thank you so much for joining me for Let's Make a Mashable. Not all of them are that abomination-esque, but you know what? The pendulum must swing to chaos every once in a while to keep the balance of Mashables correct. So squeeze your sweet, loved one Mashables home at night and appreciate that not all of them are the hedgehorse. So until next time to the Let's Make a Mashable, thank you so much for hanging out with me. So if you enjoyed everything that you watched today, please like and subscribe the channel. If you click the little bell notification, it'll give you a heads up whenever I post something new. I'm also going to go live once a month for Let's Make a Mashable, so if you want to join in on the fun IRL, please do, but I'll also have the recorded version of it as the full and also the edited pared down version of it posted as well. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. And as always, before I say goodnight to you, please do me a favor and be kind to yourself. Being kind to me this week means anytime I think about it, I need to drink a little bit of water. That's being kind to myself because it is very dry and cold right now, and the humidity is very, very low. So I can feel my lips slowly but surely falling off of my face. And so I drink water. If that's what you need to do to be kind to yourself this week, do it. So anyway, thank you so much for hanging out with us, and until next time, te amo, mis amigos. Bye! I hate this so much. What is this?